So some other exciting news is there's been some leaks about the Galaxy S10. So they're saying it might be bezel-less and notchless. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. How big is your notch and bezel on your S9?
Well, I have no notch, but here I'll hold it up for you.
Okay, if everybody on the YouTube channel can see this.
And yes, that is an iPhone background that I
What?
have on it because I like it. So if you can see it. So the forehead is pretty thin and so is the chin. But
Okay.
you can see on the forehead, you still have your sensors, you have your front camera, and you have your speaker. And then down here, it's really just the space they need for the screen's hardware that's underneath on the chin. So what they're saying with the S10 is it's going to be bezel-less. Now, will it or won't it? I'm going to prophesy now. I'm going to say the S10 isn't going to quite achieve it, but I think the Note 10 will.
Oh,
They always seem so. It's just like the under-screen fingerprint reader. The Note 9 was supposed to get it, but it just wasn't quite ready.
yeah.
So it always seems like they save a little bit of amazing technology, and because they're working feverishly on getting it to work. So I'm going to say we're probably not going to see bezel-less until the Note 10, but this is what the forecast is, or the roadmap for Samsung for 2019. So are you ready?
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
well, I really want to hear in your current one, where's your fingerprint reader? Is it on the back?
yeah, it's on the back.
How cool would it be if it was under the screen?
Totally cool. And what they're saying is the new technology is going to be sonic. So the one that we see right now, the OnePlus 6, is optical, where it
Right.
takes a picture of your finger and then compares it. And that's exactly what these fingerprint sensors on the back, and some of them are on the side of the phone. I like that idea of on the side of the phone. I'm sure it drives left-handed people crazy, but in any case, that's optical. It's taking a picture of your fingerprint. So the sonic is it sends out sound and it will actually test the depths of the creases in your fingerprint. And
Whoa.
so you get a 3D map, and it's supposed to be way more secure than the optical, where you can actually um, fake it, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's neat. So that's the third generation. Now, the other thing that they have to do, there's a few technologies to make it truly bezel-less. How are you going to get the speaker underneath that screen? Well, this technology has been out for a little bit. I believe there's some Xiaomi phones that already do it, and they basically use the screen as a mini speaker so that the screen vibrates and you can hear it. I haven't been able to test it out, but the reviewers say, surprisingly, it doesn't sound any different from a phone that
Hmm,
actually has a speaker grill in the top.
cool.
Yeah, so it makes me kind of wonder, well, does that mean it's going to be a little bit louder for my neighbor who's sitting next to me on the bus? Will they be able to hear my whole conversation? I don't know, but from what the reviewers are saying, this technology actually works pretty good. So another one, so that's called SOD, sound on display. And then they've got finger on display, which we talked about. And then there's haptics on display. We'd seen this a little bit in the past. I know Apple played around with it where they were trying to make it feel like there's buttons on the screen.
And they're kind of shying away from that now. I read an article that said they're not really doing that anymore. They're just doing the press and hold thing, and
Yeah.
they're not really doing the 3D touch as much as they were before.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit more skeptical on this feature. Haptics on display, it's supposed to create the sensation of buttons for games, so kind of like you're holding a controller in your hands. Um, and to me, I don't know if we really need that, right? Like we've already got virtual buttons. I don't really miss the old buttons. But anyways, that's one thing they're working on. Now, the big technology, this is the one that's blowing everybody's minds if they can actually do this. It's called UPS, under panel sensors. So what they're doing is they're actually going to put the selfie camera behind the screen. A
How is that
screen,
possible?
I don't know, a screen that lights up, but yet it will be able to take pictures through the screen. So that's pretty neat. And they're talking about putting a 3D optical recognition just like Apple has, but instead of this gross notch that takes up most of the top anyways,
Yeah, that notch sucks.
it's going to fly through the screen at you. So I
Cool.
think that's pretty neat. So to me, that's the game changer. If they can put sensors and the selfie camera behind the screen, we will see a truly bezel-less phone. And who can do this? Samsung already creates most of the screens out there for the phones.
That's
Um,
true.
they
Yeah.
make them for Apple. They make them for themselves. They make them for most of the smaller Android companies. So I think LG is making the ones for Pixel right now, but still those screens don't match up to what Samsung can do. So if anybody's going to be able to pull this off, I think Samsung's the one, and that's what I'm looking forward to. If they can get UPS working for the S10, this phone, I never upgrade until after 3 years, but I might be tempted to.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.